I posted a video yesterday and I got 26 subscribers already in like 12 hours. So I'm taking that to mean that I should just keep talking at the camera. I am not in need of money. I am not making videos in any way with any designs to get money. Although I'm going to tell you right now that I don't think there's anything wrong with charging for coaching in this area. I think it's a very noble cause. And the people that do that, if you get any help from somebody in this arena of life, which is directly related to your happiness, that's what money is for. Like, that is the highest and best possible use of money, if you ask me. So the people that charge for coaching and other people get all up in arms about that, I don't get that. I'm putting that out there. But so I wanted, in the morning on my way to work, I have like a 15-minute drive to Panera where I get lunch for my business partner. And on that drive, and I get a tea for myself. On that drive, I have all kinds of thoughts about all of this. It's like this crazy creative time. Something about driving occupies part of the conscious mind and like frees up the space for creative thought. It's crazy. I love it. I'm thinking that doing affirmations in the car is something special. I'm testing. But I was just thinking about how I came to the Neville Goddard subreddit, and something kind of popped out at me. And it's related to Myers-Briggs, which, if you don't know your Myers-Briggs personality type, you should go take a test, because it's like the most interesting thing. You basically just give it information and it will spit it back at you. So it's not magic. I mean, you're just telling it stuff and then it tells you what it means or whatever. But the thing that I love about it is that I read all about ENFP, which is my type. And I saw so many things that I didn't realize, I thought were just me. I didn't realize it was part of my wiring, which was great because it, like, for example, I've always had a hard time letting go of relationships, and I've always talked to myself, and those apparently are two things that, it's like a very conversational type. Just made me feel good. I was like, it's okay, it's not me, it's my type, it's my wiring. And I was thinking about how I got here. Joseph Rodriguez is my favorite YouTuber by far. If you haven't watched his videos, like, he really delves into all of the writings, like As a Man Thinketh, Think and Grow Rich, everything by Neville, Science of Getting Rich, which is one of my favorites. And he kind of dissects like a sentence. He'll take it and expound on it and explain his take on like how that plays in the real world, or what it means psychologically. And this is such important stuff to understand. It's so helpful, and I love him. And so I was listening to his videos at the gym, and they were, I was like going through them all. When I found him, I just like binged him for 2 weeks. And at one point it shuffled on to a video that he made with Joseph Ally, who I had never heard of. And I was just listening to him like, who is this guy? What's he talking about? And then he started talking about, this is the first time I ever heard about manifesting a specific person, which prior to that, I thought was just off limits. And I've never really been interested in that anyway. But he started talking about it and it opened my mind. I was like, oh, wow, people are doing that? And he started talking about how he does it, which involves, the part of the conversation I heard was him talking about hearing a conversation that you have with somebody. And I was like, oh my God, because I have manifested people that way. I don't think I really believed it until I heard him say that. Until I heard that someone else had done it. I was just like, oh, I'm a wizard. I heard this conversation in my head, and then 3 months later, I was having the conversation with somebody I had never met at that point, and when I heard him say that, I was like, oh my God. And then they like somehow danced onto the topic of Myers-Briggs, and Joseph Ally said, oh, I don't remember my type, but I'm the campaigner. And I was like, okay, this makes perfect sense now. He and I are the same Myers-Briggs type. So of course, our wiring is going to lead us to do things the same way. So his method of manifestation and mine, what feels natural to us, what produces things, is the same. Which the obvious conclusion from that is that the way that you are going to create in your own life is dependent on your own wiring. My way is not going to necessarily be your way. And that's why it's so important to read as much as you can. Like, if you're listening to me or Joseph Ally or whoever, and your response is just, this just isn't working for me. Like, this isn't speaking to me. This just doesn't feel right to me. You have to go and start reading you read Neville. If Neville doesn't speak to you, read James Allen, read Napoleon Hill, read The Science of Getting Rich No Matter What, because that is a book everybody should read who wants to be well off with money. If my theory is correct that your personality type and your wiring, which is what that's about, is your wiring, you're going to need to find somebody who speaks to you. If my theory is right about that, you can't give up. The most important thing is, don't give up. Keep looking through videos on YouTube. Keep reading all of, I gotta tell you off the top of my head, As a Man Thinketh, Think and Grow Rich, Science of Getting Rich, everything by Neville. The Four Agreements, which is a new book, or newer. The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, A Course in Miracles, anything by Marianne Williamson. There are so many teachers. Wayne Dyer. Just start going through them all with the knowledge that you are going to find the thing that speaks to you. You can't go into it with the attitude of, this isn't for me. This just works for them. You can't do that. Or you will not find it. As you believe, so shall it be done unto you. You have to go into it knowing that you are going to find it, and it's just a matter of time. You just haven't found the person that's speaking to you in the right way yet. And if you have, great. But this is for the people who haven't. I think the wiring, my type is a very feeling type. It's a talkative, it's a conversation type. So, as you can see. And so what works for me, which is feeling like something is right, for the thinking types and the sensing types, you may need a different way, or you may know that it's right for you in a different way than I do. So you're listening to my video and you're just going, this is bunk. This is bunk. This doesn't work this doesn't speak to me at all. Go find the thing that speaks to you. You just can't give up. You're, with the internet and the connectivity between the 7 billion people on this planet and more people waking up to this stuff, it becoming more acceptable, as religion kind of pulls back and dies out, you are going to find the connection that you need to find with somebody out there. They're there. And you just need to keep at it until you find somebody that speaks your language. And for some people that might be hard work, but it's worth it. So that's what I was just thinking about. I wanted to post that because I know at least one person is going to see that and feel a sense of relief. which is all I'm really trying to do here. So have a great day. I am going to have a great day.